Hi, Taurus. This is going to be a video for the Taurus Collective. This is for the month of August. So, when this video finds you is exactly when you're meant to hear it. Thank everybody for liking, sharing, subscribing to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. I'm excited to finally get these first of the actual zodiac signs out. So that is exciting for me to be able to do that for you guys. So Taurus, if it resonates, take it. If it doesn't, leave it. You know how this goes. If you're watching, you're probably familiar with how it works. So let's dive in and see what is available for Taurus right now. What does Taurus need to know? Hopefully we'll get through this uninterrupted. I've had a kind of an odd day, busy day. So we'll see how this goes. I am available for personal readings. All of the description, or all of that information is available in the description box in the About section. All right. Spirit, guides, angels for Taurus, please. What does Taurus need to know? Let's see. I don't like them. Oh, good God. Okay. All right. Let's slow down. All right. Taurus, this is pretty much about you finding a new way of doing things from the past. I feel like for some of you, you're probably very, you're the earth sign, right? Pentacles, stability, all that kind of stuff. And I really feel like you're questioning whether or not that works for you anymore. This reading too, and eventually I'll get all these disclosures put out in the beginning, right? Your sun, your moon, your rising. So depending on, your chart in particular, you're really beginning to question how much the material realm has benefited you. And it's like maybe you've got your stability, you've got, a home and finances and your space and your base and all of those types of things. But then you're taking a look out and the one thing that you're lacking, I feel, is love right now. Knowing that maybe what was there, like you're gaining wisdom to understanding what family means to you. So stability may be lacking in the sense of family and home. It may be lacking in some discord between partnerships. It may be lacking even in your stability, truth be told. Like the way it comes across is it's like, does this work? Has this worked for me? And really wondering, like, craving all of those external things. And if this is coming from a place of ego, and Taurus, I love this sign of Taurus. I've got wonderful, wonderful Taurus friends. But really asking yourself, like, if we take the focus away from money right now, our stability, not that our stability isn't our firm foundations that we need, but asking ourselves, to have those things is great, but to share them with somebody else is even greater. So, and it's kind of like, I've got these things, they may be kind of in a space where they're not maturing the way that you had hoped, or you're lacking in some area, but understanding that there's more to this life than the financial aspects. You can have all of these things in this lifetime, but unless, if you don't have someone to share them with, what's the point? In a sense, obviously we need to have certain things, but to share those with another person is can be very monumental. So you may be finding yourself in this desire to create making a home or a house a home rather than just having the building or just having the space. What is in it? What is adding to that space? And it's learning, you're trying to find a way to balance this out, but I feel like there's some sorrow and sadness attached to this. Trying to decipher how you work collectively with other people in your life to bring that together. If you know where your happiness is, you know what it is that you want, but it's a matter of getting to that point, right? And this may have been a thing of the past too, trying to reel that in and understand where that comes from. Like, how did you ever get to that point to begin with? It's like everything, all of a sudden, time stood still. Everything just paused. And you had to really dig deep within to find love, like to find love for yourself, to find love for other people. And that again, I see a longing. I feel a longing of just wanting to be comforted, just wanting to be held. You know, Taurus enjoys the comforts of life, but it feels like to me like there's a lacking of that comfort that was so greatly desired, is so greatly desired still to this day. So let's see. Being fearful too. I'm sensing a space of fearfulness where you may have been hurt in the past as well, but it's learning to tame those emotions, or maybe even the emotions that you just don't work with on a regular basis to begin with. Like it's easier to focus on stability and material things than it is to dive into those emotions. So it's fun. Yeah, there it is. What did I just say? Heartbreak, stuff like that, right there it is. Finding a way to heal through this, or finding a way that you're going to have to navigate this differently moving forward for some of you. I do feel like there was a split in the past, two people going separate ways. This was not intended to be a love reading, for the record. This is just supposed to be general, but we're going to go with whatever spirit sticks out there to us. But, you know, and this could, I almost just feel like there's a break in a family home, right? And it's learning to master those emotions. I almost feel like somebody, like my solar plexus right now is like, I feel like somebody punched me in it. Like with the confidence or the self-assuredness that you had at one point all really just fell away. Like you're missing somebody. You're really, truly missing somebody. And I feel that this could have been a soul contract. This could have been a partner, you know, trying to bring them back, trying to manifest them back to you. And just, it's not there. It's not there right now for whatever reason. So, you know, and again, reverse the roles as it applies. You know your story better than I do. I'll say it 1,000 times over. You know what's going on in your life. So, you know, take what is for you, and take the information that you need. So this is about healing. Your world is changing around you, needing to understand that it's time to go within. I feel like in the past you had a lot of choices. You could have done things differently, or maybe you're in a space right now for some of you that you wish you would have done things differently. You're looking back and reminiscing, and whether you're angry with yourself or you're angry with another person, really wishing that things could have been different to some degree. And it's sitting with those feelings right now. It's understanding that there's parts of this for you that you may just not, you don't know what's to come, right? And so you're seeing parts of it. You're trying to work your way through whatever this was. Because I feel like at one point in time, it felt like everything fell into place. It felt like everything was so well put together. The sky was the limit. But then all of a sudden, it's almost like somebody shut down. Somebody shut down and got defensive of what they thought was solely theirs and held on to that attachment of this material world. And Taurus, I love you. Please don't. Please don't take this as me beating you up or bashing you, because I'm certainly not. But we all go through phases, right? We, water signs, we sit in the depths of our emotions and we run rampant with it sometimes. Air signs, just being in that fire energy can really send us into a place that we don't need to be. So it just depends. It really does just depend. And this could just be a lesson. This is more than likely a lesson of understanding. So we all have unhealed parts of ourselves. And even after we've done a shit ton of healing, we have a shit ton more to do. But it's also looking back on this and deciding how it is that this didn't work in the way that you thought it would, and why. Everybody in whether it's a work relationship, it's a partnership, it's a family dynamic, we all play a role. We really do. And the sooner that we can sit with understanding what our role was in it and how we contributed to whether its well-being or its demise, the sooner we have a better understanding so that we don't repeat those cycles and those patterns and the bullshit that came along with it. So instead of being in this place of going, this is really dark, what are you going to do to get to the light? Because I think you know already that your intuition is right with you. Like my entire body is vibrating right now. Like you know what it is that you need to do. Just do it. Just do what is going to bring you solid foundations and solid happiness, that you're able to share that with the other people around you, because you want to. There's a great desire here to manifest and to bring things together, and the intuitive knowing that comes behind it to the heart space, but you have to be open in the heart space to do that. So really address that right now, okay? So I think you're on a path to healing. You're trying to bring something back together, and that's fine. You know, you got to start somewhere. So, you know, start somewhere there. Yes, you may have done, you or, you know, again, reverse roles, try to get away with some sneaky ass behavior. That's not serving of anybody. Yeah, you're working on, I feel like for some of you too, that as you're going along, like you keep going back to the mindset of stability in the sense of the material realm. And yes, is it lovely to have all those things, and do you sit fine by yourself? Absolutely. But it's the idea of Six of Pentacles, you have the Six of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles. There is, you know, you're doing it fine, just fine on your own. You can be successful on your own, but there's that backside to this where it's like, but to share it with somebody, right? So you can always do whatever it is that you want to do, but you've got to get out of this bullshit energy. And like, I feel like when I'm looking, I'm hearing lies about something, like trying to get away with and taking action, you know, riding on a high horse. Somebody's riding on a high horse. Well, you got to get off of that high horse, right? Let's see. Anxiety for the spirit. Anxiety, please. You're really trying to make some type of offer, like you're manifesting, going, how do I go about, it's a feeling of starting over, like how do I clean the slate, how do I start over? I don't know how to do this because I want to give parts of myself to something, and I don't know how to do that. I'm going to take it, but I'm going to hold on to it, and I don't know that I'm going to be able to do this. Ask yourself, I'm hearing, where the hell did it go wrong? So somebody may be saying this to yourself, where the hell did it go wrong? How did it go wrong? Because it's sitting with that anxiety card. You know, how the hell did I get here? I'm hearing time heals. Time heals the wounds that we're dealing with. But it's like, the one thing I've noticed about this one card that's laying here, which is patience, to me it always seemed cold. Like a very cold card, right? As a reader, to me, the way I see that one. And I'm noticing a lot of fire energy coming off of that. Like, let's speed up time. Let's speed it up. I'm waiting for a period of time to come to an end so that I can have communication. So that I can start to rebuild my pentacles. Make sure your pentacle investment is for you. Don't hang on, Spirit's saying don't hang on to somebody else's pentacle. Don't ever think that you're not capable of doing it for yourself, by yourself, balancing that out, because you can, you know. So if you're feeling an urge to co-create with somebody on something, whether it's any level at all, you can do that. But what are you doing for yourself in the process? So make sure that what you're doing is beneficial to you as well. Not just, there's that damn Seven of Swords again. Gosh, I didn't like that card at all. You know, make whatever offers or coming together of things that you're doing or trying to co-create, make sure you and the other person, that they're coming from an honest space. They're not trying to get what they can and go, right? That this reconciliation or, this bringing things together is because it's sincere. So that to me is a red flag. That damn the Seven of Swords. Like he's a sneaky son of a bitch. He really truly is sneaky. So, you know, make sure that you're doing things for the right reasons. I don't know, you know, card of Taurus here. Got Aquarius, Taurus on the board. You may be dealing with an Aquarius, you may be dealing with a Taurus, or another Taurus. I don't know, you see somebody standing in Empress mode, or you're the one who's in Empress mode. Or when I've got my shit together, you want to try again? We've got luck on our side, is how it comes across to me. March, this past March may have been a very pivotal month for you. Get the Empress on the board. And the World. Oh, every major arcana is coming out, Taurus. Good Lord. Listen. Whoever was deceitful in this situation that caused this cycle to just come to a crashing halt, this is karmic. This is karmic stuff that's going on. You know, you've got the Judgment card sitting here with the Tower. Like, whatever has cleaned the slate, yeah, like there's a space to start something new somehow, somewhere. But make sure, oh my freaking, there's the Temperance card, which is, to me in the other deck is the same as Patience. Like, that's how I see that card in there. You've got the Seven of Swords again and the Knight of Swords. You're going to have to temper, whoever, it's either you or them, you're going to have to temper the bullshit down. You have to. Because it's like, you're coming in this massive rush of like a victory. Like, so I don't know if someone's trying to pull something over on somebody else or what it is, but slow that energy down, because if not, you know, a lot of shit can go wrong. You may be teetering on a Tower moment coming up if you act that way. If you act in that way, or the person you're dealing with is acting that way. So if someone you're dealing with is acting that way, pay attention. Pay attention. Like, if you know their past behaviors and stuff, pay attention. Because you could be biting your nose off to spite your face with this person, or vice versa. It can be very, very challenging. So like, don't. And if you're hanging on to something that doesn't work, the Tower, you know, that created a Tower in the past, it's time to let it go. It's time to move on from that. Make your investment to yourself right now. I feel a lot of ego with this reading, a whole lot of egotistical energy of watch me. So make sure that you are coming from a well-balanced place, and whoever you're dealing with is coming from a well-balanced place. The 3 again. So again, I'm going to go back to March of last year, maybe March of this year coming up, you know, in 2023. Taurus, either you hurt somebody or somebody hurt you. And you know, you've got to find a way to let go of any foolish energy that's attached to that. Both people are very much in tune with the other here, and you can't. I feel like there's a long time where everybody, and I'm going to say both sides of it, maybe felt like they were puppeteering what was taking place. But there was third party shit to this. And it created a whole lot of sorrow, a whole lot of sadness. Like, every picture I'm seeing here, she feels she knows, defend to the end the worthwhile. They look so saddened to me. They look so heartbroken to me. You know, you and another person may have gone through a heartbreaking situation, and sometimes things in life, they end because they didn't work. I mean, and you know, so it's very important to understand where you're building your new foundations, how you're building your foundations. Like, you've gained wisdom through the pain of what it is, but it's always going to be about doing it differently, always doing it differently and changing it up, right? So I also feel like somebody's sad. Like, you know, obviously they're sad, there's hurt, they feel pretty beat up, whether it's physically, emotionally, mentally, you know. And I'm just going to say this, if like, I look at this card and this woman's eyes are, she feels she knows, right? You look at her face, she's beat up. She's beat up physically. So, you know, if you're going through a situation of any kind of abuse, make sure you're getting help. That's never okay. You know, I don't like to see this kind of stuff. But whether it's emotional, physical, mental, whatever it might be, get help. And if you're a cross watcher and you're experiencing that with your Taurus, then that's manipulation. What I'm seeing right here is manipulation, control. So don't be in that space. Don't be in that space. Get help. Get safety. Get what you need. Because nobody should be stringing anybody along or being the puppeteer behind what's transpiring. This got dark. Ugh, I don't. So sorry, but what somebody out there needs to hear this. So you get through this. There's going to be a lot of light at the other side of the tunnel. There really will be. So just give it time. Give it time to work itself out. Make sure you're safe. Make sure you're cared for. Make sure your foundations are stable. It will come around. It will work out and come around in due time. Yeah, this situation is meant to break you open. Discovering the Taurus time. I've seen so many darn clocks, and I've used 3 different decks here, and every deck I've had a card of time. Give it time. Give things time. Get a fresh perspective. Do the work of self first, and then everything else comes along with that, right? So pay attention, because this was meant to be a catalyst. Whatever the situation is or was for you, this is meant to be a catalyst for change, right? This is supposed to bring in learning how to communicate, learning how to balance out the emotional and the material world. What is it doing for you? What is it trying to teach you? What is it trying to show you? So step into that, and don't be fearful of it, right? Like, yeah, you can do it by yourself. Yeah, that's fine. But if you're alone, it's okay to be alone. We can be with people and be lonely. We can be alone and be happy as hell, happier than we've ever been. So our worth is not tied to being with another person or having people around us as much as it is being happy within ourselves. And if we're not happy with internally, we aren't good parents, we aren't good brothers and sisters, we're not good children, we're not good spouses, because we aren't even happy internally, and we can't give love from a place that there is no love for ourselves. So I would really say be patient, because again, that time, I keep seeing time, like 10 and 2, like just be patient in this exchange of whatever is transpiring, and dream. Pay attention to your dreams right now. Think about the things that feel good. Manifest the things that feel good. Step into that. That's really what you need at this time. So, Taurus, I'm going to leave it here. Sorry that kind of took a little bit of a dark turn, but again, somebody needed to hear it there. So hopefully this is helpful to whoever needed to hear this today. I'm so glad that you could join me for this reading. It's awesome, and I'm excited to be able to share these gifts with you. Again, guys, like, subscribe, comment, share. I appreciate you moving it forward and along. It helps the channel circulate, and I'll get this up and out to you guys as soon as possible. I wish you all the very, very best, and make sure that you're taking care of yourselves, and I will talk to you all very soon.